idealism prevails. Make the world a better place.
Hello everybody, welcome to Idealism Prevails. I have a very special guest today. It's Ping Xu from Taiwan, and she will tell us about her life. She will tell us about the unconditional basic income, and maybe we know more about the situation in Taiwan. I welcome you here. Hi, Ping Xu. Nice to meet you.
Thank you for having me here.
Yes, you know, Enno Schmidt from the initiative in Switzerland, from the unconditional basic income, he wrote me and he said, you know, there's a wonderful person coming to Vienna. You should meet Ping Xu. And this is why we sit here together. A lot of viewers won't know you, so maybe we start with your person. Who are you? Where are you born, Ping?
I'm born in Taiwan and educated in Taiwan until I have a first bachelor degree of advertising. But I never really do anything with that degree. And then I moved to the United States the day before 9/11.
One day before?
Yeah, I landed in United States the day before 9/11. And then my original destination was NYC. But just something happened, I changed plan and landing in Kentucky instead, NYC. So kind of avoid that tragedy happened to me. So I guess I was lucky because I didn't know that was when I woke up from the jet lag, I see all the TVs, everything is about 9/11. I kind of freak out a little bit, and then my original travel plan is just I want to travel to NYC, so that won't be a good time for me to travel. So that's why I decided to stay in Kentucky, and then stay 4 years afterwards, just like that.
So how came the decision to move from Taiwan to the United States?
No, that was kind of accident. I wasn't planning on staying. I was going to visiting for a short period of time. And then because of 9/11 kind of disrupt the original plan. I was want to travel, just want to stay 2 weeks. And I land in Kentucky, and because it's kind of country side of states, I kind of like that slow pace, mountain. So, anyway, so I stayed there the first 4 years. And then there's marriage. So
you married somebody from the United States?
Yeah, that's my first United States marriage. Yeah.
And I heard, or I was reading about you that you were doing concerts because you are a pianist. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, I was self-taught classical. So I read music when I was 6. So reading music and play piano is not something hard for me. So which comes out so easy to do. So you were assuming this something is very easy to me. So I think this is kind of God's calling, something like that, because it's easy for me to do. But I started to play piano for concert for charity because I never really attend to music school. So which is cost nothing to something I have this ability. So I usually play for charity. If some people need a donation, I would set up a program, a concert program, and then for them, and then just the people can donate money for this purpose. So as a pianist myself, I don't really look into how much there, because my job is to provide the program. I don't really look into money myself.
And so how did you live there? Did you have a special job, or did you earn enough money with a piano playing?
Well, in the States, I was married. So my first marriage, provide me a stable, basic living, food. I don't have to worry about too much. I just practice and do my music. So, and then the second marriage is same thing. So I have a home to provide me basic needs, so I can do music. Yeah, that's pretty much I can do this.
Okay, and then when you divorced, how did you get along? How did you make money in the meantime, in between the two marriages?
My first marriage didn't give me a legal status. So that's something probably I can share with a lot of people out there. It's not something automatically will happen. When you marry an American citizen, you'll become. No, you don't. You just have to apply for. My first marriage, because the one I married to, he just make $1,000 a month, the paycheck. So it's under poverty line. So in other words, if you are living in poverty line, you are not eligible to apply. You have an alien spouse moving to the United States. So that's the reason I married him 4 years, and then I was still illegal. So I couldn't drive, couldn't go anywhere. I was trapped home. So pretty much I know really this is not a life I want to live. So I rather just go home. So there's many times I want to go back to Taiwan instead of staying in States, because without the legal status, it's very hard for you to do. You don't want to work illegally, and you don't drive illegally. So that's pretty much, it's very hard for a immigrant who is not on paper. So I don't know about a lot of people out there. I think it's nice to live hometown. It's hard to move different country, and also when you're looking for better life, but somehow it doesn't turn out that way, you would think. Yeah.
And why do you think is it so hard to get a green card or a staying status in America, although you are married? Has it something to do, maybe if you bring money in, you get quite quick a green card, but if you have, like you said, if you live under the poor line, then it's more complicated. What do you think is behind that idea?
Actually, it's what I told is, these days, I know people can pay 1 million become investment green card. I was told, this is something I heard about a lot of wealthy people from China. They can buy children a green card just because investing, There's something I heard about that. Okay.
But then, does it get together if Trump is telling the whole country, you are all Americans? So what does that mean? If you have $1 million and you have your green card, you are American, and if not,
you are green card holder. A green card holder is just resident. You don't receive any benefit. So I got my green card legal status squared away on my second marriage in the States. So from the day I arrived States, the day before 9/11, and then until I received my permanent green card, it took 8 years. So 8 years I have no status staying home. So that was really hard for anybody.
Did you have a medical insurance?
No.
So you had to pay every time you went to the doctor?
I tried not to get sick. Pray not to get sick. So 8 years, I didn't go to hospital. I didn't go anywhere because 8 years, no status. So that's really hard for a spouse who you have to move to States, and then you depends on your citizen spouse. It's very hard for anyone. It's not only in States. I guess in the whole world, if you move to different country as a woman, I think also as a woman, you have much more emotional needs. you can't just depend on your husband or provide you all the needs. It's gonna drive a man crazy. Emotional needs, financial needs, everything. So this is something I started really thinking about, why a lot of people around the world, they want to immigrate to different countries.
Yeah, why do you think it is so easy nowadays in our globalization that companies just go from country to country? There are no borders to build new companies. It's always depends on the money that you have. Your freedom depends on the money that you have. Why do you think is it like that the little people, the normal people, yeah, and especially the women, if they are moving from one country to another, where do they find the independence or their freedom?
I think it's very hard, and it's under currently the social structure. Women are weaker. We are physically weaker, but mentally we are stronger. But financially we are weaker. And pay, the equality of paying. And then also women are more likely staying home, taking care of the house, and we are not appreciate get paid. So as what I experience when I is a new immigrant to the States without status, I'm staying home. And it's easy to be mistreated.
But it's also like a little prison.
Yeah, it's so easy to get mistreated. You have to take whatever you are given by your spouse. Yeah.
So that means also what I hear out of your words is that it was quite a hard time for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was not so easy to do the things you like to do?
Yeah. It's something you never get things right. It's under kind of circumstances. You're under pressure, survival pressure, because once you get out of the house, you get nowhere, or you become homeless. So I did that choice when I divorced my husband.
So you really were homeless on the streets in the States?
Yeah.
How was it for you? How did you feel?
I have a choice. Staying home with the husband who are no longer able to provide. And then abusive, getting a little harder for me. Otherwise, I have to go free. But if I go free, means the same thing. I will lose my shelter, like home, car. I have start from scratch. And as a little person, and also only green card holder. Green card holder doesn't have any benefit.
It's just that you are allowed to be there.
Yeah, I have to work. I also pay taxes. But if when I live in Florida, and then they told me, oh, you're not eligible for any benefit because you are not citizen. I'm only green card holder. I said, okay. So when I moved upstate New York, I was told, you should go social service. You might be able to get, in your state, it's different from Florida. I said, okay, let me try. I was sitting in the social office. And then I see people who got kicked out by father, the young couple. My dad kicked me out, so we needed housing, emergency housing. They got housing. I couldn't because I wasn't citizen.
So what was the answer? I'm sorry, you have to look where you live.
I'm sorry because you are not a citizen. We can't help you here. So I have to go back to my car. Even I apply for emergency housing.
I know I heard a lot of stories, and I have a lot of friends on Facebook from the United States, and a lot of people, most of the people don't even imagine how many are living in their cars.
Yeah. I lived out my car for off and on 2 years before.
Two years?
Mm-hmm. Before I have a full-time job, because I need, I play piano, and so the only thing I know playing the piano after I divorced, after I walk out of my house. So I choose to live this way. I don't know when I can put my feet back on, but it was very hard to look for a full-time job to begin with. Who want to hire a pianist to do a full-time job? So the only thing I can look for is kind of store, retail. But retail is getting shrink, and the jobs position is getting, they used to have a 10 cashier register in a supermarket. Now have a 3 and self-checkout. So it's getting harder to get regular job as normal, average American people. Don't mention me as a degree of the pianist. Who want to hire pianists to do regular retail job? I wasn't trained, and I did not have a background education for that. Well, anyway, but thank God I got this job offer. So I had to move from Florida, move to Michigan. Michigan is very all way up
in the north.
States. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there was kind of place, okay, you don't want to be. Okay, so because I got this full-time job offer, so I had to travel 18 hours to go up to Michigan to get this job. That's a job to carry a lot of Japanese souvenir, carbon steel samurai sword, and that's a place I work for. But there's something when I look at the store, I say, I never trained. I was never trained to do a salesman.
Did you like it?
I hate it. But
so you were forced. You were just forced to make money.
Yeah, because you have to get a regular job. Like I play piano, that wasn't regular. I had to get a regular paycheck job. That's something. The only offer I have. I took this job because I'm Asian. So Asian.
Not even Japanese. I mean.
Japanese store. So I went that good job. So that was times I would display the carbon steel sword to customer. So I bring it back on, and then the shield to slide over my hand, that finger. So let's cut my finger right there.
You cut your finger?
Yeah, it's 8 stitches. So.
And then what was happening with you and your piano playing then afterwards, after this accident?
I feel nothing. The finger, I lost this finger, the feelings.
It's numb.
Numb, completely numb. So that's something, it was very, very painful for me to think that moment. I was under survival. I had to get this, people call this called, you had to get your regular job. Like what I was trained before, that wasn't regular. That's a regular job to go to stores for retail. And this job wasn't insured either. So in other words, like nobody have a guarantee or insurance for anything anymore. That's how I feel that the current situation. And
but I have a question, Ping. You are from Taiwan. That's the Republic of China. And we know that in America there are a lot of Chinese people since generations. Wasn't there a possibility that you get into the Chinese people and ask for a job there? Or did they help you?
I wasn't have any in contact with the Chinese or Taiwan people myself. When I was married, I married a Caucasian American citizen. So I don't really have a connection with Chinese or Taiwanese. Well, I guess somehow it's a culture I try to escape from.
Okay. Because, this is a question that I wanted to ask. What was the reason that you left Taiwan? I mean, there must, maybe you wanted just to make holidays in the States and then realized, I like it here? Or was there a thought behind before you moved to the USA?
Well, that's kind of a, when you grow up, it's the culture with full of ideology, a superstition. And I won't say this is my home, but I was born in Taiwan and I was educated in Taiwan. There's something that the culture I cannot talk.